grandfather or grandmother is positive.
Uh-huh.
So example, I think it depends on the immune system of each person. Yes,
I guess so.
when they can protect the body, the body with COVID-19 virus.
I
Maybe.
guess so. Yeah, I guess so. But this is what it crept me out. You know, the first case, right? He was admitted to the hospital, and the second and the third time of admission. Now, his specimen has been sent to, has been sent to Manila, all right? And then after a week, because we live in an island, now it came out positive, and he was separated in, different hospital. Actually, it was already a kind of a quarantine place. I don't know what term for that. Actually, okay, to make the story short. All right. I was wondering why, the other neighbor, it should be, right? The cross contamination and cross contact with other people. Now, this place has been quarantined, all right? And until this person came out 100% recovered, all right? So I guess you're just lucky. And even back in our province, all right, this 64-year-old man survived, and so on. So right now we're zero back in our hometown. I mean, home province.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But the epicenter in the Philippines right now is in northern Philippines and the national capital region, where in Manila.
I see.
Yeah, yes. Because that island, the part of the Philippines in that island, that is the biggest island of the Philippines, and there are now more than 20 provinces in that island. So we lived in different island in the western part of the Philippines. It's just 1 hour by plane from Manila.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So I hope the situation will be better in some last weeks in the country. Yes.
I'm not really sure about that, David, because right now, as I look here in odometer, let me check it out. It's not getting better. No, it's increasing. And our ECQ, am I sure? ECQ or quarantine period, it should be, it should be done last day, few days ago, but the president of the Philippines declared for another lockdown period. So some Filipinos didn't like it. Yeah, because they can't go to work or somewhere. But, the most important is to save people's lives, right? So let me check it out. In the Philippines right now, well, how many active cases or positive cases right now in your country? Now we're reaching 3 million in the total of COVID cases. And we have the total of active cases, 1.8 million active cases right now worldwide, and more than 200,000 mortality rate. But USA right now is soaring high, reaching 1 million. Okay, in Philippines right now, we have a total of 7,294. Yeah,
I see.
yeah. The total recovered is already, ooh, the total recovered people is already 792, and we have 494 mortality rate. Not good.
Yes,
Not good.
not good.
Not getting better. Yeah, we have already more than 5 practitioners. The doctors died in this virus because, they're not well experienced for this kind of, you know. So there is a team from China who came to the Philippines and to train the medical team in Manila, the precautions and what to do. Of course, they need to do that. Else our doctors and nurses and medical team will be wiped off.
I
Right?
see. Mm.
Yeah.
So yes, maybe we need to wait more time.
Yeah. Well, Vietnam is doing really, really well, and with no mortality rate, even 0. Wow, impressive.
Yes. So I also read about some newspaper of
Mm,
foreign newspaper. So
mm.
they try to analyze how Vietnam's win this. How Vietnam
Why?
deal with
Yes,
this COVID-19 very well.
this is impressive. Vietnam, it's a total of 200, yeah, 270 and 225. Vietnam people, they're obedient. They follow the rules. And this is what I noticed, that when Vietnam at the time had a first case in February, right? Yeah,
Yes.
actually after that holiday, because my students were already at home since that holiday, and they
Mm-hmm.
shut down some schools except the tertiary level. My students from kindergarten up to high school were already shut down. No, they already stayed at home until right now. So Vietnam was alert at the time. Yeah,
Yes.
and
So I think the main reason is that in Vietnam, our government um, they, uh, they give out the solution very soon, yes, from February, yes, and
Mhm.
also we have the united, yes, from all of people in
Yeah.
Vietnamese, yes, and other thing the government they can control the military and also all of they can control all of companies. So when they have decisions, so all of people can do it. Can
Mm.
follow it. Yes.
Yes. I guess this is a big lesson to all countries all over the world, like Vietnam. I mean, that they can learn from Vietnam. No. Another one, Iceland. Yeah.
Mm.
In Iceland, let me check out. Actually, they have already hundreds of cases as well, reaching 1,000, but they have this rapid tests right away. Actually, they have already this kind of, test right away. They know what to do. Vietnam, they have Vietnam, in the country of Vietnam, the government is tough for making decision. And
Yes.
of course, the population and, the your fellow Vietnamese people, you obey rules,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
Obey
Yes.
rules. All right. Law is law.
Mm.
That's what makes Vietnam soaring high to fight this pandemic virus. All right. You save people's lives, your government. Of course, people save people's lives too, right?
Yes.
But not only the
It's
government, but people
yeah.
as well.
Yes, not only about the law, but also about the belief of people from
Yes,
the government. Yes,
of
because
course.
people here they always have awareness and believe totally about the government. Yes.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Different beliefs, different culture. Uh, this is what I've learned. Attached with Vietnamese people for many years. You know, yeah, I'm already attached. I'm living in the Philippines, but every day, David, I spend most of my time and most of my life with my Vietnamese students,
Yes.
adapting the culture, um, adapting the connection towards people and other and learning the culture.
Mm.
So every day, this is my life. All right.
I
I'm not
see.
interacting with Philippine. Of course, I was raised in
Mm.
this country, but my heart is here. Of course, half of my heart every day and my mind. Of course, maybe my everyday is like personal life, but
Mm.
yes, part of my life is in Vietnam. Even I am here, you
Mm.
know,
Mm.
because I put everything here. That's
Yes.
why I already, I already adopted the Vietnamese culture,
Mm. I see.
virtually
Mm.
like this. Even I am not, even I was not there, right?
Mm.
Years ago, and even today, but I put everything here.
Yes.
Not only that I like to teach, but I love to teach, which is I'm not going to stay here for a long time, many years in.
Mm. Mm. I see.
I don't like my work, and I don't love interacting, people that I am teaching and I'm talking to.
Yes. Mm.
You know. So I really admire. That's why I already told my other students, just like you, professionals like you, that I I I praise and of course not worshiping, you know.
Mm.
Yes, I do believe in your, culture, and I that was really really amazing, especially now in this time of pandemic crisis and this time of season of situation and crisis like this. So, yeah. And another one, Vietnam, another one, opposite than that. Okay, Singapore.
Mm. Mm. Yes. I see.
Singapore. Yeah. So my sister called me in the first week of April. That yeah, Cici, we're here at the supermarket right now with my boss because we're going to buy something and then, for the lockdown period starting tomorrow. I said, what? Tomorrow? Hey, you know, it was already April. And I knew at the time, and I looked at the total cases in Singapore, that was only 800, lower than 1,000 people, 800 something at the time. So that was already, you know, um, not too, because at the time Malaysia was soaring high. Next was Philippines. Okay. At the time it was Singapore. Singapore was below than 1,000 cases. And now Singapore is the leading country in Southeast Asia, and they have a total of 12,000 plus in just a matter of 3 weeks.
Mm. Yes. So it increased very quick. I know.
They didn't, yes, but we don't know what's going on with their government, and they're very confident enough, I guess, that we're okay. We're not going to implement that. We can fight because Singapore has one of the best, hospital and medical skills, right?
Mm.
In
Yes.
Southeast Asia as well. Yeah, in Southeast Asia, better than in Philippines as well, better than in, in some other countries, even like, let's say, not in Hong Kong, but yeah, Singapore is one of the top 10 livable in cities in the Philippines,
Mm.
in all of the world, like what I
Mm. I
mean.
know.
So
Mm. I know. Mm.
now, um, Singapore felt like, oh, we failed that. We should do the lockdown before that. They were not aware. So I guess they have a very good medical team and skills for fighting this um, pandemic crisis, and they're going to be fine as well. Yeah, they know what to do, I guess.
Mm.
All right. Few weeks ago, Philippines was number one, and now Philippines is not getting better; it's getting worse as well. Yeah, but every day we're slowing down. They say 100 like that, but not we didn't reach thousands, because those 100 cases a day, let's say 70 a day, 100, 200, there's only those those cases mostly in Manila.
Of course, so as I said, we should we wait more time in your country and in Singapore. Yes, so
Yeah.
we hope situation will be better in the future.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Now, for our lesson today, we're gonna talk about the modern life. Ooh, this is a nice topic to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you say modern life, we have only the pros and cons here, right? So I have a question for this.
Yes. In fact, the last class we finished the pros and cons. Yes.
The pros and cons. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we have 1 to 7 here, but I have some questions,
Yes.
aside from this, but for random questions. All right. Okay, so let's start with number 1. What are the opportunities and threats of rapid technological progress?
Yes, about technology. So we know that today the technology developed very quick, yes, and very fast. And I can tell you some opportunities and threats, yes, of this progress. Yes, firstly, yes, about the opportunities. So with the modern technology,
Yes.
we have many convenient things in working, in learning and communication. Yes. So it helps us and save time and money. As for example, when we can enjoy some course for learning online. Yes, for example, learning English or learning other knowledge online. So we can save time and save money. Yes, and also for working, we can apply many communication technologies in working to have a video call or meeting online and to exchange the information with our partners, with our managers or other staffs, even when staying at home. So yes, so it's save time because we don't need to go to the office. Yes, yes, and in addition, about the business of company. So nowadays the companies can promote business much if they know how to apply modern technologies properly and accordingly with their activity. For example, the companies they can use business management software, so it helps them reduce the human mistakes and enhance the transparency in report from staffs. And also the managers can easier control and monitor the activities online via internet, even when they are not at the office. Yeah. So it's very convenient.
Exactly. Yeah.
And on the other hand, about the threats, of course, there are some disadvantages of rapid technological progress.
Disadvantages like
Yes, for example, as I read on newspaper,
yes.
The technology developed very quick, but the human body cannot change in time to adapt with the changes of technology. Yes, for example, we have too much application that support effectively in the life in smartphone or on computer. but the problem is that the smartphone or computer, it has a screen with a blue light, and the blue light in the screen is harmful when we see in many hours. So
Radiation.
it can, yes.
You,
So
you mean the blue light or the radiation, right?
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it can lead to sleep disorders.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's my opinions about this question.
Okay, so there are we have the clue words here: opportunities and threats. Okay, of rapid technological progress. I have a question for you. Okay, about technology. Okay, I will get the technological here. Okay, so I will
Yes.
transform into a noun, technology. Okay, so let's talk about advanced technologies. Okay, are these advanced technologies that we have right now in this modern life, in this computer age, a new opportunity? I mean, not it should be new opportunities or new threats. Yeah. Are these advanced technologies new opportunities or new threats for us, in human mankind and generally?
I see. Yes. In my opinion, so I think the new technology bring more opportunities, yes, than the threats for human. Because as I said, and as some my examples, so we have a lot of convenient things in working, in learning, and in communication for both people and businesses and companies. Yes, so we can gain a lot of benefits from this convenience. Of course, we know that there are some disadvantages of technologies, but if people can have some solutions to control it and to monitor the threats, so we can overcome the problems, yes, and reduce the bad consequences of the threats. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Now I would like to ask, well, you chose the new opportunities, right?
Yes.
For these advanced technologies. Okay. So maybe I can add more, and then later on you can give your own opinion as well, and I would appreciate that. Okay. I'm not going to say or choose. Oh, all right, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna choose new opportunities or new threats, but I would like to give just a little opinion between the two. All right. Okay. So most of us, we are aware of what we call development of technology, which is increasing right now, right? Not only slow, but it's rapidly increasing, right?
I see.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, these current and significant technologies, advanced technologies that we are having right now, change people's habits, right? And numbers of sleeping hours. You get it? Number of sleeping hours. But of course, it depends, case to case basis, like me, myself. Why these advanced technologies right now? I'm using computer every day because I'm working like you, right? Because you're working, it changed your habits as well. Which is not should be a typical day of a normal person that wakes up 6 o'clock every 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, right? But example like me, I wake up at around 10 or sometimes 11 in Philippine time. Let's say 10:30 or it depends. of my activities. Sometimes I wake up earlier than that, like 8, to do my exercises. Okay, anyway, just like I said, advanced technology change people's habits and lifestyle as well. Okay, now my point here is, okay, for let's say for advanced technology like ebooks, for example, right?
I see. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to set only one set only one example. Okay, the part of this topic, which is the difficulties that the booksellers only, okay, the booksellers are having troubles to sell their, their books, right? Hard copies, because right now we have what we call ebooks explosion. This is
Yes.
one of the threats, right, between the advanced technology and our usual lifestyle. Let's say back in 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Now we didn't have ebooks at the time, but now we have what we call ebooks. All right.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yes.
It's the same for the paper newspaper. Yes, with
Same
the
as newspaper.
online newspaper.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. I make the story short. It's just example in ebooks like that. Okay. So only the hard copies of the books can be supplied to, to schools, and even schools right now that use advanced technology to learn online. They don't depend actually with books here in the Philippines, right? And even my daughter didn't have books, but they use virtual lessons at school. Yeah. And another one, provided copies. Yeah. What else? Photocopies. They didn't have books in the university. Yeah. That's only an example as well. Yeah.
Yes, I see.
Exactly. The expansion of ebooks. All right. Okay, number 2. Constant competition is one of the consequences of modern life. Constant competition is one of the consequences of modern life. Can you identify the main reasons? Constant competition.
Yes, about the competition. Yes, I feel. I think there are two kinds of competition, between people with people, and between companies with company. So for company, I think in modern life, the commerce and trade develop very much. So the companies need to compete with each other to attract consumers and clients, so that they can sell goods and gain the benefits as much as they can. So it's about the company, and secondly about the people. I think the competition is also exists between people. For example, almost people are job seekers, so that they need to compete with other candidates to have a good job. Even with students, we can see the competition is very clear, because when students pass the exam with high score to have opportunities to study in a good school. Yes, so maybe this situation is very popular in some Asia countries, yes, like China or Korea, yes, or Japan. Yes. So every student need to compete with each other.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, yes.
And,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
exactly.
in addition,
Indonesia, yes, yes.
yes, but I mean, in addition, yes, I think constant competition is a good attitude because it will encourage everyone to improve themselves and continuously to have advantage over the opponent.
Exactly. Yeah, they should be aware of the part of, okay, on the part of the competing units that gives competition with its impersonal character. It boosts self-esteem as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's a good good aspect of competition. Yes, but of course it will have some bad aspects. Yes, for example,
For
the
example.
yes, for example, the situation now in over the world is well,
Exactly.
yes,
Exactly.
because now when we need to deal with, I mean, every countries need to deal with the virus.
Yes.
So people in many countries like US or European countries, they lack of the equipment and the thing to protect the doctors and the citizens from the virus. Yes,
Well, they're
so
very much confident, David. Come on. They don't wear masks. That's why.
yes,
Sometimes hard-headed people are, hard-headed people are happening anywhere in those, part of the world. Goodness.
so
I
many
know some.
countries.
I know someone.
Mm,
You go out, like go to the groceries or any other stores. They say, "Nah, I forgot my mask."
mm,
I said, "What?" Sometimes it happens.
yes.
you know, yeah, hard-headed sometimes, but luckily, that person live in a very safe place in one of the most livable cities, in that big country. That's why. So thanks God for that. Hard-headed.
Yes. So even some companies from US and European country, they compete with each other
Oh
to
yes.
have the right to buy the equipment, yes, and mask from China. Yes.
Did,
Because
did, did they do that?
yes,
Did they do? I guess no. I guess
because
they didn't accept. Did they accept? It was for
in
free, David.
no free. They need to buy.
They need to buy it.
It's by, but
Oh,
the fact is that uh, the goods is not enough for every countries. Yes, so the countries need to compete with each other to have the right to buy the equipment and the masks from China.
hopefully, those masks are not carrying virus. All right.
Yes.
That's a sabotage. This is sabotage or espionage or weapon or bio weapon of China. Yeah.
Yes. So we can see it's a clear examples about the competition now in the world.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. Okay. So we talked about competition. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I guess for the competition, this is a culturally patterned process, right? A competition. When I lived in Hong Kong, it's a different kind of competition, but that was like 20 years ago. In Korea, it's different competition, culturally, but they did really, really well. Yeah, as well as in Hong Kong. But those two countries that I've been, and I lived before. Um, I was amazed and impressed. That's why that's why we call them the first world countries.
I
Right?
see.
Yeah. Why? It's really amazing. Okay. They have this um, competitive, aspect. Each one another. Okay. Next. Um, is technology breaking up the family unit or bringing it together?
I think this a good question. Yes, um, because it's talked about as popular situations in the society. When we know that now, I think the family now, I mean the relations, yes, between family members is not good as in the past. So I mean the technology now breaking up the family unit. Yes. I have some reasons.
Okay.
Yes, firstly, with technology and modern services, so each member they can do their work easier without supporting from other members. For example, when they don't know something, they can search Google. When they need to want they want to buy something, they can order online and delivery to home. Yes. So they don't need to go out with other members. Secondly, in the past, when family members live far from each other, then they miss others and want to come back home to see and talk with other members. But now there are many modern communication methods like video call with low cost. Yes, so people live far from each other, but they can call, they can make a call regularly, so they don't really miss other members and
Yes.
don't really need to gather. So I think it's, of course it's convenient, but it's a problem. Yes, for family members when they cannot see and talk with others regularly. Yes, these are my opinions.
Okay. Well, this is what technology brings together, according to some researchers. All right, researchers as well. As I read before, as I remember, that especially using Facebook, right, excuse me, Facebook and other social media applications like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, is like, especially YouTube, the number two social media application worldwide, which is YouTube. What else? WhatsApp, yeah. WhatsApp. WhatsApp I use with my husband, and Skype as well for sharing informations and documents and share screens. Yes, Skype is also number one of the most, I've been using Skype for more than 10 years.
I see.
Yeah, more than 10 years since when I was in Korea. It's very useful, and many more as well. But this kind of technology, you know, what researchers found out that it says they said it flies in the face of panicky headlines about these advanced social media applications, the effects of these applications, media, let's say social media, on family life. That's like what you said. It suggests some methods of communication that helps bring helps bring families intact with communication, right? Brings family together, right?
I see.
And also they use this not only brings together, but parents that who are far away from their children, they use this as a tool how to raise their kids, even they are far away.
I see.
Yes, yes. Okay, is this kind of technology, it says here, breaking up the family, bringing it together, um, there are positive and negative. What
Yeah.
what are positive? Okay, I just make it a short or a brief in brief sentences. Okay, it says we okay, this kind of technology for the family or family technology use can have positive and negative effect on family closeness. I experienced the negative here with my only one daughter. Okay, girls like
Yes.
my daughter, okay, is one of family functioning example. She's in during her teenage years. Yeah, she has no time. She had no time spending with me, but she had a lot of time spending Facebook,
I see.
talking to friends. What else? Um, Talking to friends, watching movies, YouTube, updating, status and post. But if I approach her, hey, how's your day like this? Oh, mom, I'm busy. I'm talking to my friends. I can talk later or tomorrow about that. I'm busy. Well, you'll have to say yes or no. How's your day? Are you doing well? Yes. Mom, close the door, please. Close the door. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. So, yeah, teenagers nowadays, I found out that that's rude. Yeah, that's not
yes.
what that's n- that wasn't it wasn't that's not the way who I was before, you know, towards my parents. So something like that.
Mm,
Okay.
I see.
But
So,
the,
mm,
the positive side,
mm,
like this teenager that I have here during her past years, oh, they tend to be friendly to her friends, and she was I found that reading her timeline, you know, I read of how she expressed her feelings, that day. Even she wasn't talking to me. But when I check her Facebook timeline, I feel happy. I feel sad. That's just the only way how could I checked her.
I see.
Yeah,
Yes. Mm,
that was funny.
mm,
Okay, she was not talking to me, but I found a way. Ah, okay, she's like this, but I wanted to hear from her. But she said, I'm busy, mom. Oh, all right. So
yes.
something like that.
Mm. So it means even you're very close to her, but you just can understand her via Facebook.
Yes,
So
only way that I could
yes.
understand. I don't
So
I don't want to scream or shout. Hey, I was talking to you. Mom, I'm busy. I'm tired. But she
yes.
couldn't express herself, you know. But check her Facebook. She expresses herself there towards her friends.
I
All
see.
right. So that was a good thing because she's friendly in that way. But she didn't post any articles or something nasty about her life. But she just expresses like that. Like, oh, all right. And then every time when I check her Facebook, what did you post here? Those are not nice words. Those are inappropriate. Then she had to delete that. So of course I was watching her on Facebook.
Mhm.
And then I explained to her what are the disadvantages and advantages of using Facebook and what are the precautions and what to do and not to do. you shouldn't post like this, you should post like this, appropriate between inappropriate and appropriate articles or words. Of course, I was there. It's different because during my time, we didn't have Facebook at the time. We used papers to write letters, to
I
friends,
see.
scratch papers, or visiting friends' house. But this time, yeah, they focus on group chat. They talk there, share their ideas, collaboration about school projects and lessons. What say? Really? You don't talk, in one place and have something, juice or snacks? No, we talk online, group chat. I said, "Woo!" I said, "That's lovely."
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
please,
I,
Jamie.
I know that. So nowadays, almost teenagers and young people, they have the habit to share the feeling and the emotion via Facebook, yes, every day.
Yes,
So
exactly.
it's quite easy to understand them via social network. Yes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right. So number 4, people in modern world feel more insecure. Why? Than they used to be. Oh, agree or disagree? Insecurity. There's something wrong with this insecurity. Actually, okay, let's define insecurity and secure. Actually, in this world, we are visitors here. Actually, we are not secured, David. Right? There's no security in this world, David. You know,
Yes, I see.
there's no
So
security in this world tomorrow. No, we don't know what will be happening to us. So, we're only visitors in this world.
so maybe I think it's
Okay,
a feeling, yes.
a
So
feeling.
feeling more insecure. It means when people feel more worried, yes, about everything. So for this question, I agree. Yes, I agree with this opinion.
Okay.
Uh, because I think nowadays almost people move to live in big city where the life is very complicated. Uh, so yes,
Okay.
so they are under high pressure about many kinds of expenses, and
Yes.
if they don't have a stable job, they always feel worried about their life.
Yes. Yes.
And because they need money for them and their family, and in addition, uh, there are many threats in social, as we know, theft, robbery, transport accident, disaster, disease, and also
Yes.
criminals and terror, terrorist, yes, and all of them increased much than in the past. So it's the reason that people feel more insecure now.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. I like your first set of sentences. You said people are moving in the cities even know that they know how complicated life in the city is.
Yes.
I like that. Okay. Okay, I will count myself in. Of course, David, our parents came from, the countryside, right? Are your parents came from the countryside?
Oh
Yeah?
no,
No.
I live in Hanoi from I was a child.
Oh, okay.
Big city.
Like me. All right. I I raised I was raised in the countryside. Of course, I love that place. But when I was there, I want to move in the city, and because I wanted to move in the city. Because why? I would like to experience what city life would be. You
I
know,
see.
okay, I started when I was 16, because I left home at 16 and then went to university until right now. Okay. So what had happened? I knew that in the city I couldn't do gardening. That's
Yeah.
hard.
Yes,
I
of
knew
course.
it was hard. Okay, in the city, I would like to swim in the river, but couldn't. There were no swimming pools at the time in 1996, 1995, and so on. Pay my water. Oh, I needed to pay my water bill. Water in the countryside, it was free.
Ah,
It's free until right now.
I see.
All right. Yes, yeah. In the countryside, my parents paid electric bill, and then in the city, I paid my own electric bill, even right like this. You know, that's why
I see.
I complained to my mom, Mom, I can't send you money, for these months because I need to pay my bills and something something.
Mhm.
And I said, okay, well, you can survive without paying your water bill because you didn't have to. Or go to the market, you have the garden at the back. If you want to eat chicken for tonight, you have chicken running around the house.
Yes.
That was my mom was laughing. I know it's complicated and it's hard to maintain the city lifestyle. That's what we call maintain the little living city. But it's good because everything is here. And I was proud that my mom said, well, everything is there. I said, yeah. That was my self-consciousness about
Mm,
distancing myself from the family or anything that was making me that was making me feel, you know, and making me feel that way, and was relatively easy,
I
right?
see.
But I am more um my life is in the city,
Mm,
right? My
mhm.
my life in this city in the meantime. My daughter is here, my daughter's school is here, right? My work is here. So I need to maintain that kind of lifestyle.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so that's why sometimes I feel insecure. Well, there are a lot of insecurities, but I can address that one by one. That's a long story.
Mm,
Yeah, and well, this kind of adopting modern world like this is a kind of addiction, right?
I
This is
see.
kind of addiction because once if we move back to the countryside, I miss the city life.
Yes.
Right? Even just
Yes.
for 3 days. Okay, when I visited my mom for 3 days, I didn't have internet at the time years ago. Now my mom is at internet. She's upgraded now.
Mhm.
Okay, when I visited my mom for 3 days, I said, Mom, I need to go back to the city. I said, why? You don't like to stay here for like a week or 2 weeks? So, well, my work is not here. My life is in the city. My work is there.
Yes. Mm,
Yeah, that's
we-
what I call addiction.
yes. Because
Yeah,
we too familiar with the modern life. We cannot
exactly.
lack of it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is where our modern world makes things difficult, sometimes. Without, going back to a country, it's going to make us more difficult because we have to go back to the city and maintain this kind of thing. And once if we're here, we say, oh, like this, I miss my mom. So it was one of the most difficult part for me. I
Mm,
wanted to go back again. It's a kind of addiction again to go back in the
mm,
countryside, both
I see.
sides between the two places. Okay, that's all for today, David, and thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
Yes. Yes. I see.
Okay, all right, David. We have the remaining three questions here, but we will expand this again in our next class on Wednesday. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
yes,
let
Wednesday.
today. Okay, I will print screen and then send this back to you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for your time today, David. Okay. All right.
Okay, I
Okay,
see.
that's all for today. Have a good Saturday, David. And then that's all for today. And thank you so much again. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.